Alright, I'm back from the M11 Pre Release. I've been back since yesterday, but I just want to show you guys my deck. Did pretty good. Got third place. Really close to getting first or second, but getting into the top decks in the end. I lost the one match I lost in 3, so I got 4-1. We had 5 rounds. So I did pretty good. And again, I lost in 3, the one match I lost to, and the 2 matches that I lost and the one match I won were very close. Just he top deck better, and that's magic. I gotta say though, I did that well because I didn't get many mana screws. I mullied to 6 several times, but never past that. Well, once in a casual match, but never in an actual tournament. So a mulli every now and then is not too bad as long as it's one mulli. So here's my deck. Unsummon, just kind of straightforward removal. Needed to get a few extra removal in the deck, even though I had some good ones, and you'll see that in a second. It's also works good with another card in my deck, which you'll see. Diminish, I actually really like this card, and it comboed well with a couple cards in my deck, but I always liked Humble. This is not as good as Humble, but it's still pretty good. Preordain is really good. It's the better Serum Visions. Obvious best one drop in the set, Lightning Bolt. So glad I got one of those. Maritime Guard actually was pretty huge. Nothing major, but one of the 2, I think. Oh no, there's 3 non-flying creatures in my deck. Mana Leak. One of the reasons I played blue. I mean, not the reason, but I love that card and I miss playing it. So, Ice Cage, which actually did really well for me. I was worried that it would get hit a lot, but only once, and at that point it was like he Giant Growthed to get rid of it, which is a good play. I Mana Leaked his Giant Growth. He Giant Growthed it again, so my guy died, his guy didn't, my Ice Cage fell off. So that would seem pretty bad for me. I mean, I lost my Mana Leak, I lost my dude, I lost my Ice Cage. He kept his dude, but he used up both Giant Growths. I'm playing blue. I can draw cards again. He's playing green-white. His hand is dead. No answers in his hand anymore. He used both his Giant Growth in his deck. So, while it was pretty epic play, in the end it probably cost him, because then I knew exactly he was handless, and I capitalized. My favorite 2-drop, probably my favorite rare I got. I never got no money rares really. Well, no, I got one rare. This is not my favorite rare. Never mind. I'll show you my favorite rare in a second. But it's a foil fork, or reverberate. It's the new. I'm going to tell you some combos with that I did in a second. Some really fun stuff. 2 Clad Elementals, a couple of flyers. Shatter Spitfire. I powered her up a couple times. This is Prodigal Pyromancer, obviously good. Obviously good with her. If you want to ping your opponent instead of his creatures, then you're swinging in with a 4/3 in the air every turn. And 1 damage from him, so it's 5 damage every turn. Azure Drake. 2 4Cs. Huge. I won games because of 4C. You're at 4 mana, you really want to get to 5. Or you have 3 islands, you really want, and 1 mountain, you really want the second mountain. Always got it. Always hit the land I needed with 4C. In fact, my deck is so good that quite often, I kept the 4 cards that I scryed, just rearranged them, and drew 2 of them. It's insanely powerful. I love it, and when I saw I had 2, I was like, plain blue. And the reason I played red, besides the bolt, 2 Chandra's Outrage. Again, amazing card. Really good with that. Or with that. Lava Axe. I played it because, again, really good with that. Or with that. I did manage to reverberate the Lava Axe a couple of times during the tournament for 10 damage to the face. Speaking of cards that are good with this, Fire Servant, the guy that doubles the damage, who's really good with Lava Axe. 10 damage with him. At one point, I got some Chandra's Outrages out when I had the Fire Servant out. The coolest with the Fire Servant, though, was I had Fire Servant out, and I reverberated a Lightning Bolt. So it was 12 Lightning Bolt damage to the face for the win. Pretty awesome. Had an Air Servant, another flyer, 4 power beater. A Mind Control. And the 6th card slot, my favorite rare, my favorite card of the tournament. Always has been a favorite of mine. Triskelion. Played him way back in the day in mono blue control. Tinkered him out instead of Darksteel classes sometimes. And just love this card. He was just so amazing, and he's the guy that works with Unsummon. You know, you got all his counters gone, you bounce into your hand, play him again. Just an amazing card, and I don't really have to explain it. It's just so good. However, I will mention this for anyone who's watching and might not have seen this right away. You'll note, or you might not note, but I noted. I mean, each instance you remove a plus counter is a separate instance, of course, right? So you're dealing damage 3 separate times, which can really work well with Chandra's Spitfire, because that alone can be, if you just, instead of saving the counters, you pop them all in their face, that's 3 damage, and it makes Chandra's Spitfire a 10-3 for that turn. And then that's, well, 13 damage just there, and that is insane. And then another bomb for money is not worth anything, and it's the promo next week. But it really came up big, of course. It's, you know, it's a bomb in limited. Hits the table and like, I've got to remove it or I die. So that's and it's Ancient Hellkite, of course. So that's my deck. Like I said, did really well. Got 4 and 1. So got a bunch of packs. Got like 7 packs for getting in third, which is pretty awesome because we had lots of people. Yeah, I steamrolled some people. Just crazy. And you can tell with a bolt, 2 Chandra's Outrage. Yeah, I told you I would tell you what I did with Reverberate. One of them was Lava Axe. One of them was a Lightning Bolt with the Fire Servant. I'm probably moving the camera too fast for you to see anything. Another Reverberate was the guy top decked Jace's Ingenuity. So he played it on his turn to get, because his hand was empty. So he draws 3 cards on his turn. I Reverberate, so I draw 3 cards on his turn. So 3 cards on my opponent's turn for 2 mana. And then I proceeded to kill him with the 3 cards. That was pretty awesome. So Mind Control, obviously, I didn't mention anything about Mind Control, but it's self-explanatory how good that card is. So you can see, I mean, I had a lot of great cards in the deck. I really enjoyed playing it. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't the fastest of decks, but enough control to get me there every time. So yeah, I really recommend the set to you. I saw a lot of red-blue around, actually, but green was pretty huge, too. And a lot of white. Yeah, I think I saw enough of every color. So yeah, I'll catch you next time. Take care, folks. Hope you enjoyed my deck.